They came from a world that once watched K-pop from a distance. They stepped onto global stages with nothing but passion in their hearts, rhythm in their bones, and the fire of 8 voices shouting in perfect harmony. They are ATEEZ, fierce, tireless, magnetic. And once again, they've taken another step into history, writing their name into the rhythm of international charts with the release of Golden Hour, Part 3. In a week where numbers flicker like neon signs and digital counters tell stories of who matters and who fades, ATEEZ's latest project climbed and clung to the 5th spot on the official album downloads chart in the United Kingdom. It might not have graced every chart it once did, but it did something bigger. It rose. And in that rise, it carved a new peak for the group in one of the world's toughest music markets. Golden Hour, Part 3. A title that already feels etched in flame and starlight. It debuted at number 5, a single digit, a singular moment, a signal to the world that ATEEZ isn't done evolving. Not even close. It's not just another release. It's a message, a declaration, a whisper-turned roar that says, we're still here. We're still climbing. This is their 8th entry on the official album downloads chart. 8th, a number that suggests not luck, but endurance. Not coincidence, but consistency. 3 of those 8 have now broken into the top 10. And Golden Hour, Part 3. It's the highest yet. A milestone, a crown, a cresting wave. Just last summer, Golden Hour, Part 1 reached number 8. It was impressive, undeniable. But now, Part 3 has outshined its predecessor. And in doing so, it's told the world something critical. ATEEZ doesn't look back. ATEEZ looks forward. ATEEZ grows louder in silence. They don't always land on every chart. But they land in hearts. They land in living rooms. They land in cities and towns where fans scream their names, even when the spotlight is somewhere else. Their chart placement might have skipped the more traditional tallies this time. No main album chart debut, no splash across every streaming metric. But what they did achieve is no less important. Because real fans buy, real fans commit, real fans elevate. And that's exactly what happened this week. This wasn't a stumble. This wasn't a decline. This was a shift in strategy, a reflection of loyalty, a reminder of the devoted ATEEZ fandom that shows up, not just to stream, but to own, to download, to invest. Golden Hour, Part 3 is now proof that ATEEZ has a permanent residence in the digital hearts of fans in the UK. And how poetic it is that this success comes after more than a decade of their presence. A decade. Think about that. 10 years of flight, of building, of evolving from rookies to revolutionaries. Every note of this EP feels like a chapter torn from a personal diary. Every lyric, a heartbeat. Every track, a window into who ATEEZ are now, and who they're still becoming. They didn't need to dominate the main album's chart to send a shockwave. Because growth isn't always loud. Sometimes, it's quiet brilliance. Sometimes, it's a number 5 debut on a chart that values real engagement. This is what longevity looks like. This is what resonance sounds like. And now, the world watches again. Not because they've gone viral, but because they've gone real. From iTunes to Amazon, ATEEZ's music moved not through trends, but through choice. Fans made a decision. Fans clicked buy. Fans said, this matters. Golden Hour, Part 3 is not a moment of doubt. It's a moment of promise. It's a seed planted in UK soil, now blooming. This is not the end of a chapter. It's the sharpening of a blade. Because ATEEZ doesn't just aim to be remembered. They aim to be unforgettable. And if this chart climb tells us anything, it's that their story is still rising. Higher, deeper, bolder. So here's to Golden Hour, Part 3. To ATEEZ's greatest UK peak so far. To the fans who stand unshaken. To the silence between chart positions that echoes louder than applause. And to the music, always the music, that never stops. This is more than a career peak. This is the dawn of the next Golden Hour.